Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link, it'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Let's go, AAA family. Let's go, Bama Nation. Let's go, college football family. Woo-wee. Yeah. It's been a weekend, chat. It's been a weekend, man. But we're gonna get into the show, man. We ain't got to continue to divulge and continue to talk. Yes, we do. Let's finish this conversation today. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Glad you all were able to make it this morning here on the Coach Smook Morning Show, man. It's been a while since we had a Coach Smook Morning Show, right? Yeah, chatting a little bit. Mary J, we on the Coach Smook Morning Show today. We go to chat and we open the phone lines. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hopefully y'all are in better spirits on this Monday, man. I know we got a lot to talk about, Alabama Nation, and I've been able to watch the game 4 times. The amount of sleep I've had since Saturday night, probably like a total of 6 hours, just between just working and doing what I do, plus just watching that film from an analytical standpoint. We got a lot of things to dive into and break down today, so we're going to allow you all to come in, get settled, bring in your topics, bring in your questions, bring in your thoughts, run the comments up. It's been real brutal on social media for a lot of you Fairweather fans out there, man. It's been real brutal. It's actually been fun for me. It's been a breeze for the most part. I think I think a lot of people are overreacting because we lost to a team that went 2-10 last year, but I don't think people realize this is still Florida State. We saw Miami go in and upset Notre Dame. Notre Dame, a team that was expected to, come out and handle that game. We saw Virginia Tech and South Carolina. We'll see them go at it tonight.
I think college football is just in a lopsided space right now, and us SEC fans aren't used to being in this space of being the weaker conference, and that's what's happening this weekend. You saw Ohio State handle Texas after a lot of people were expecting Texas to get that game. You saw, and we picked Ohio State, but you saw us drop our game to Florida State with their whole new roster, whole new staff. They came in and they kept us, just like somebody said, the mystery of the game would be their advantage. And I talked about this with Matthew last week on Alabama Voice of College Football, the Voice of College Football. And he represents Florida State and he covers them. And he said that will be the promise. That would be the probably the best case scenario to come in with so much mystery. And you go back and watch the film, man, our defense definitely looked lost after like the second or third drive. Looked lost, man. You amp that up with you add that up with poor tackling and bad communication, lack of effort, and it all comes crumbling down. So today we jump into the conversation, and we're gonna get into it, man. And we gotta just look at this from a more practical standpoint, man. I think everybody, of course, you know, all the emotional fans, they're gonna say fire Coach DeBoer and this ain't the new way and all of this other crap. But I want y'all to hear something, and I'm gonna go on my rant. Well, how much time we got? I got so many windows up, y'all. I got about a minute. Let me go on my 2-minute rant just before we get into everything. And it's not a negative rant. This is to all of the fan base and all of the people that truly believe that firing Kalen DeBoer after a week 1 loss to Florida State, Mike Norvell, who just had an undefeated Florida State team, 2 years ago? Right, just had an undefeated. This gentleman knows how to handle talent, but you couple that with Gus Malzahn, Tony White, getting a lot of athletes on there, and they show up and they have a chip on their shoulder, and they show up and they look like the Bama we expected, or they look like the team we expected to show up for Bama. It's not hard to compile that with mistakes. You had so many opportunities, both on the offensive and defensive side, to capitalize. You know, you had so many opportunities early on in that game. If a guy wasn't doing their job, pull him, because you got all this talent sitting on the roster. So when I come in and I start talking about pointing the finger and where do we start to work, I think it's a whole collective, as an organization, as a team, as Alabama football had to have a reality check. And I would rather it happen week 1 against a non-conference opponent that's going to end up being ranked at the end of the season. After that Florida State game, either one or two things is true. And I've heard a couple of analysts and people that cover the game say this. One or two things are true. Either Bama is that bad, or Florida State, with all the talent that they got out of the transfer portal, all of the guys that they went and picked up, they were able to put something together, and they're that good. When you look at some of the players on that roster, man, I told you it's talent scattered all over this roster. Names that you probably lost track of over the past 2 or 3 years because of where they were at. Well, the portal has made a way for them to, revive themselves, right? And that's what they did, man. They go to Florida State, they found an opportunity, and it fits. So we'll get into all that conversation today. That was just a small rant. I only ask one thing. If you're a Bama fan, don't come in here with all that crying. You're probably going to not like what I got to say if you come in here crying. I'm a solution-oriented fan. I don't sit there and the first thing I want to do is fire coaches. Matthew Wakely. I don't see Courtney McKinney, all of these super fans on Twitter and all these different platforms, right? Kangaroo Black, all these different super fans. How do they get so much support when they don't do nothing but cry? Right? What, like, how do they get so much hype and love from the fan base, and all they do is talk about the negative stuff and highlight the negatives when stuff ain't going our way? Why we don't have people that's in front that's like, man, we got to keep fighting. We got to keep, clock ain't hit 0 yet. Y'all, my bookmarks is going to be crazy. And when I do a mid-season Fairweather Fan Report and we send that 8-1, 6-1 at the middle of the season, and everybody's talking about how Alabama's turned this thing around, and Kalen DeBoer and his staff literally don't do anything but make adjustments, right? I don't think they changed their character at all, man. They haven't been that hype staff that everybody wants them to be. You know, I can tell you this. I remember that year Clemson won the national championship. They didn't have a whole bunch of staff members over there going crazy, freaking busting blood vessels, trying to yell at players. This is a professional game. Show me how many coaches in the NFL are up and down that sideline, running up and down, getting all extra emotional, cussing guys out and stuff. You can't even do that to players anymore and expect to keep a roster. You're talking about a coach that's taking over a program. He's in his second year. If he was to jump down everybody's neck that freaking didn't do their job right, or the staff was to do it every time, y'all would be mad because everybody be hitting the portal. Y'all would be mad. Ask Georgia what's happening over there. You got guys showing up, and I can't be a Bama fanatic and not and sit back and look at everybody that's getting all the attention when it comes to Roll Tide. Like, why are they getting all the attention? You got a guy, his profile is Bear Bryant's Burner. That's the name of it, and people like fall at his hand, and like everything he posts, he gets so much energy behind it. And it's nothing but, to me, I'm gonna tell you, say what you want. It's only one sector in the fan base that truly support what that dude say. And we can keep rolling that however y'all want to roll it, but y'all know what I'm getting at. Don't care to die. But they get real loud when it was Milroe not looking so hot last season. They got real loud and they blamed everything on him. But this game right here, we're talking about the first pass completed in the game was underthrown, right? Was severely underthrown. Nobody said about that. I don't think nobody said anything about how many passes were thrown behind the receivers, and like all of a sudden now it's the offensive line's problem, and they were providing on average 3.8 seconds per pass play before he was having to flush the pocket. And there was a couple of times he ran himself into pressure. I think somebody's been playing it a little bit too much NCAA 26. But all of this stuff that happened on Saturday could get fixed. The offensive line getting gassed in the third quarter, that wasn't good. Especially our tackles, that wasn't good. Saw Wilk and Formby throwing up from being nervous. You know, you want to see some nerves. You want to see a guy, you know, that's really emotionally involved in the game. But you want to be able to hone in those emotions. I felt like a lot of our leaders look like deer in the headlights. And maybe it was the whole, you know, 112,000 in the new stadium expansions and all of that. Maybe it was that. But let's get to the real matter of the issue here. The real matter here is that we did not execute as a team. The players, you can put a certain amount of blame on the staff, because at this point I'm trying to find out who really want to play. Who want to go out here and give out good, like, effort. That's all we looking for, effort. If we would have lost because we gave an effort and then we lose, we get outplayed, that's a different story, bro. 14 missed tackles according to PFF. And once again, I'm always going to be that other guy on the outside. Like, man, y'all being too nice to these guys. 14? Shoot, I counted 14 in the first half. 14 in the first half. So we want to get into it. Let me jump into this the chat, and I'm gonna grab the steering wheel real quick, Mary J. I'm gonna say what's up. Let's do a roll call real quick. Bama Nation, y'all let me know where y'all watching from. Say what's up in the chat. Say put me in the game, coach. Let me know where you're watching from so we can get into this show, man. Today, just while y'all getting ready, we get ready for this shout out segment. The lineup for today is here at about 5 minutes. We're going to open up with our opening segment. We're going to break down the game. We're going to talk about stats. Even though we lost, Alabama Nation, we're going to talk about who showed up, who didn't show up. Improves, three sustains, three improves. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know how I get when I get in the morning. Got to do my workout this morning. But 3 sustained, 3 improves from this game. And then I don't think I think we still can divvy out some MVP awards, a MVP award. I think I got one or two that I want to put, just kind of highlight one or two players that kind of just, they showed up and they did exactly what we expected them to do. And surprisingly, they both came from the defensive side. I mean, the offensive side, I'm sorry. And it's more so a group of people that showed up and really were the catalyst to us even having some type of hope going into week 2 against ULM. And like I said, this is a new game of football, guys. You cannot discount anything week in and week out. I truly believe this staff has everything in the playbook that's needed. I think we have the players on roster. We got to get the right energy behind that stuff. So as we get ready to jump into it, don't forget, man, think about becoming a member of the AAA family. We got the link floating in the chat. Also, if you want to support by donating to the channel, we got direct donation through PayPal, Venmo, and Cashapp. And speaking of direct donations, I got to give a shout out to one of our subscribers here, one of our members of the channel. I didn't get to do it the other day because I didn't have the red phone up here. I know when the red phone come out, it's real. Shout out to Saran. Saran sent a super chat this past Saturday after the game was in the call-in show. So yeah, 8:30. Shout out to him for the $20 super chat, man. Shout out to, not super chat, but the $20 direct dono. Shout out to Saran. Appreciate you, my guy. Y'all give it up for him in the chat, man. That's a solid dude right there. And then what's crazy, he's a Tennessee fan, y'all. Came in supporting the network. Love the content. I appreciate you, man. You all is the reason why I continue to do this, man. This is where all the fun happens at, right here. Big days right here like this, man. I got a lot to listen. It's a lot of analysts and stuff did not show up to their shows and stuff. All these Bama content creators, they went on there and they cried for a few hours and they gave up on the team. I seen them on social media. We not gonna be like that. We can't do that. But y'all let me know where y'all at. Put me in the game, coach. Let's see. Where y'all at? Y'all ain't in the chat talking. Y'all want to talk today? Y'all waiting to see what I say so y'all can reply and argue. I'm not arguing with none of y'all. Listen, for real. We almost made this a members only because I told you I got zero tolerance for Fairweather energy. Now, it's one thing to talk about the truth. We can talk about coaches failing to make adjustments in certain areas and certain parts of the game. But we also got to hold the players accountable. And we can talk about the players not making tackles, but we also got to talk about, coaches not putting other players in to give other opportunities. To say that these staff members don't know how to win football games, and they were literally doing it at both places. All of them were doing it at places other than, Bama when they got here. Something has to give at some point. And I think once you start executing at a higher level, we saw the first drive of both sides of the ball. We saw the second drive when adjustments were made. Then you just saw a lack of effort. From that point on, from the second drive, and I want y'all to go back and watch the film. From the second drive on, you can look at all these one-off plays where they were setting up a certain look like Gus Malzahn should. And I'm going to talk about that too. I'm going to get into a breakdown that it makes sense when you look at it on such a narrow picture, right? For that one play and why it worked. But the setup for it, look at what was set up to make that play work. The defense did their job up until that third option. Sometimes you only have one or two options to really work on and prepare for as a coach. And so we'll talk about it. I'll get into it. But welcome in everybody on YouTube, TikTok. I see y'all TikTok tapping that screen. What's up, Koala Gang? Good to see you, my guy. Danny Jr. I see Antonio. Roll Tide over there on TikTok. I see y'all, man, tapping in. Appreciate y'all for pulling up and tapping that screen. I see the gifts already. Koala Gang with the 10 gifts over there on TikTok. Yes, sir. Antonio Snell checking in from Panama City, Florida. Yo, shout out to everybody and where y'all watching from. Let's go ahead and do this roll call. Bama Gump, what's good? Roll Tide, my guy. Let's see where y'all watching from. I don't see nobody talking about where they from. Columbus, Georgia. Columbia in the building. What's up, man? What's up, Tyrone? Good to see you. Roll Tide, my guy. Big Bama. Big Frank says I'm embarrassed by this fan base. Oh yeah, boy, you ain't got to tell me. I'm very critical on our fan base because we look worse than Auburn fans after a loss, man. Greenville, Alabama in the building. What's up, the mob? Good to see you, man. I pray everyone in Tuscaloosa looking themselves in the mirror. Did you look at yourself in the mirror and tell me where you watching from? Did you put your look 2 freshmen and inexperienced corners in the game, 3rd and 11? It happens, man. You expect them guys to step up. Was on Insta, so had to come over here. All right, hard dad. I see you, Landon. I see you, boy, checking in on Kick. Hey, also, we got our kick.com, KICK.com at Coach Smook. If you want to watch on that side, that's where we're going to be doing a lot of post-game watch party, film watch parties, because over there ain't no copyright issues and stuff. We can watch the game, film the actual game, and break it down, slow it down, do whatever we want, play good music, all that stuff. We will be good to go from here on. We didn't know what or who to prepare for. Big Frank, I think to a certain extent we're right on that part. That's an excuse though. It's still football. St. Louis, Missouri in the house. Lowndes County in the house. What's up, man? Roll Tide, Frank. Good to see you. Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm sorry. D. Martin in the chat. Roll Tide. Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. I see you, Terrell. What's good, man? Thomasville, Georgia in the house. Antoine, Roll Tide. Let me see what's on Instagram. We got a lot of spots open today. Chesapeake Tide, Roll Tide from VA. Okay. I see y'all. Prolific Me, Roll Tide. And then where else we at? We on Twitter. Twitter don't be talking about nothing. They just be over there lurking. Show me any type of a full season starter playing with this kind of effort week in and week out. The quality of defense went down in the final saving years, especially on defense, but it wasn't for lack of effort. Make that make sense again? Oh yeah, him and C Wood going at it. So we're gonna get into the show, man. And y'all, I'm gonna do a lot of ATL in the house. Okay, Ohio in the house. We're gonna be doing a lot of jumping back and forth from different phases of this game, man. So I just want y'all to bear with me. And let's get into the show, man. Hopefully y'all ready to talk about it. Here in about 15 minutes, in about 30 minutes, we're going to open up the phone lines and give y'all about 4 minutes on the phone line. So the lineup for the show, as we got 30 seconds before we got to transition. Lineup for the show, we got opening topic. We're going to break down this game. Second part of that segment, we're going to talk about what needs to happen against ULM. First home game of the season. What type of speculations are there surrounding the team? We have practice this morning. What type of reports we're going to get from practice? I mean, not this morning. We got practice. No, I think we do practice this morning. I think there is practice this morning. So I got to double check my emails. So we're going to talk about that. What's the preparation for ULM? And then we're going to kind of introduce our new Fairweather Fan Report segment. And it's kind of we just kind of scouring the social media after a loss, man, and getting all these clips ready for all these fake fans that's ready to jump ship. I got people talking about the season is over, fire Kalen DeBoer, and it's week 1. We have 12 more weeks in the regular season. There's a magic number that I want everybody to keep on their mind the rest of the season. 15. All right. Y'all just remember that. 15. All right, y'all, let's get into the show here on the Coach Smook Network. Y'all ready to jump into it? Let's jump into it, baby. Yes, sir. You talking about Jalen Miro and the Pips? The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
Not going to take up a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just feel sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Let's go, man. Hey, hopefully everybody is really ready to talk about this. Now, I want to talk about something. Let's talk about stats first. Let's just get into the stats of the game. And I don't want y'all to think about why it happened. I mean, what happened. I'm gonna tell y'all why it happened. All right. Tell y'all why it happened. As we just get into the basic stats, we just talking about Alabama right now. I don't care about what Florida State's offense did right now. I just want to talk about our offense, because I think overall, if I had to grade this offense out, this offense out, as far as protecting the ball, not having too many stupid plays, executing the assignment, I think we executed on a 50-60% clip. On a 50-60% clip, right? And even in executing on a 50 and 60% clip, there were still opportunities and places where we could have capitalized and really did some damage with the lack of effort that we had from this squad this past weekend. And it was only in certain spots on the field. Offensively, I want to say this. Our offensive line played immaculate the first 19 to 24 minutes. The offensive line played a solid brand of hold on, y'all. Let me text my baby back. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I guess I'm just not getting text messages back from Saturday. But so Ty Simpson, 23 of 43 in passing, 254 yards, 5.9 average, 2 touchdowns. Now, I want y'all to understand the 2 touchdowns came off of a RPO dump off, and then the Rico Scott jet sweep. I mean, what it was, quick, like it was a dump off pass. I can't even remember the play because they weren't like game changing plays. They weren't game changing decisions. They weren't things that made the defense respect, his ability to make them get out of their flow, so to say. But didn't turn the ball over. Huge, right? Didn't turn the ball over, meaning we didn't take many chances. And for 43 dropbacks to get sacked, how many times? I want to say 3 times. I think they had 3 sacks on us. Let me double check. I think they had 3 sacks on us, chat. 3 total sacks. 3 total sacks. And 2 of those, you had lanes to climb and escape the pocket. And I think the offensive line played good. So anytime you have 43 passes with only 250 passing yards, you're not allowing yourself to truly go through progressions. And I think his demeanor the whole game was fairly even. I ain't gonna say he looked shook the whole game, but the spots where he looked shook, every time pressure showed up in his face, and that's not all on him, right? That's not all on him. You got to have wide receivers working aggressively to get back to the ball to show their face. We didn't see that effectively from Ryan Williams, somebody who played a lot in the slot. And that's where most of your relief is going to come from, that guy that's got the most space, which is in the middle of the field, right? You didn't see the tight end, Josh Cuevas, his inability to secure catches and to hold on to the ball probably was another stumbling block in Ty Simpson's mental, right, this weekend. So I can't blame Ty. I think he did what he had to do with what he was able to work with. Play calling wise, I don't like the fact that we went away from the run game, from the ground game so quickly. We did not see the average yards per carry like we wanted to see from Richard Young, but to say that his running was ineffective would be a lie. His early attempts were so effective. I feel like we could have leaned in on the run game a lot more, especially the way Kevin Riley and Daniel Hill came out and gave us change of pace behind Richard Young. I didn't feel like it was a need to even go past those 3. You had a healthy quality dose of pass pro from all 3 running backs that came in the game, right? I feel like you could have stayed with that rotation and kept the RPO alive. It was so many times where I just knew we would go back to, our H back, our Wyatt off the line of scrimmage set where you come in and you get your split, your twin right, get your ISO, your base personnel, or at least bring the dual back sets in. And we didn't go back to it, and they were effective in the first half. So I want to kind of look at this now. Let's look at the receptions in this game, man. The passing game. This is something that we was very excited to see. To throw the ball 23 times and only have 43 completions. That's basically, I think we're sitting right at a 60% clip right there. Not bad efficiency, right? Not bad efficiency. A lot of drops. I think we counted 7 drops in this game. The weather to me was not a factor in the drops, but also the intent behind the throw was not there. The passes were not intentional, right? But I look at it and I look at this receiving core and I look at the targets, man, and Jeremy Bernard being in that position. Like I said, Ryan Williams is going to demand a lot of attention. And you saw a lot of sets where Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams were the ones aligned on the same side, right? And you saw how effective it was. It was so effective to the point where Ryan Williams was literally getting frustrated because Ty Simpson was making a read, looking in his direction, and he was in the route. pointing at Jeremy Bernard. Like, Jeremy Bernard gonna be open. He in the middle of a route pointing at him. Throw it to him. And Ty Simpson threw a pass, and it wasn't the best pass, but Jeremy Bernard makes a great play, right? So I like to see that energy. Rico Scott also didn't get enough opportunities, but the opportunities he had, he made quality decisions after catching the ball. Josh Cuevas had the most targets of the day and the most drops. I think it's time to go ahead and start getting some Brody Dalton in this game. I think it's time to give your I seen Caleb Edwards get snaps. Didn't get no targets, but I seen him get snaps. Where's Marshall Pritchett? We don't have time to be running. See, what y'all fail to realize, everybody that keeps talking about Saban would have did this. Saban would have rolled his starters out, and there's that same lack of effort that we kept seeing throughout the first half in different spots. Saban would have kept putting those older guys out there. For y'all that's trying to act like he wouldn't, and that some crazy substitution would have happened, whether it was at the quarterback position or wherever, I guarantee you Coach Saban wouldn't have done that. And that's why you had so many players hitting the portal during Coach Saban's last few years. You come there as a transfer and you expect to get a fair shot after a guy that's been there for 2 years hasn't shown up and brought you the skill set you need to add to your resume or your mix to bring you a national championship. So I come over here, I shouldn't have to wait to see a guy continue to mess up on an assignment to finally get one opportunity. And then when I get in, I don't get a target. I don't get an opportunity to block. I don't get an opportunity to rush the quarterback or, do what I do that got me recruited here. That's where I want to kill this narrative with y'all with this Saban stuff. Like Jeremy Bernard and Rico Scott, those guys would have still been limited because Ryan Williams would have still been trying to force his targets. We know how Saban used to do when it came to his weapons. Prayers up for Ryan Williams. I was very impressed with the running backs, though. As you can see, they all were targeted in the pass game. The quick check now, their efficiency in catching the ball. Kevin Riley, man, great effort on catching that pass that was thrown behind you once again. A lot of passes thrown behind or thrown late to the wide receivers. And I know for a fact, man, the team speed of Florida State surprised these boys, especially on the defensive side, because you can tell that our wide receivers weren't comfortable with stopping on the dime and trying to attack the ball, man. They weren't comfortable. They were having to do that too often. So a lot of things to work out on the offensive side, but these aren't bad stats, chat. These stats are about average. And we heard this said by the staff throughout the offseason. In order to make this offense be what it needs to be, you're going to need a quarterback that is not just a game manager, somebody that can make the extra plays. And I think Ty Simpson has all the skill sets to do so. He just played in the box so badly this past weekend. So, and I'm gonna jump in the comments real quick before we transition for the second half of this topic here, this discussion. And let me go up. Mary J, you awake back there? You got me some comments. I'm looking at comments. I want to address them, but we abandoned the run way too early. My guy Jordan Wright says Ty's not the guy for Bama, period. I think you're wrong, Bruce. Smook, have you watched the film? Was the O-line holding up? The O-line did good, honestly, in my opinion. And I'm going to tell you, you had 1 and 2 spots early in the game. Probably, like I said, the first 19 to 24 minutes, you had 1 or 2 spots where Wilkin Formby might have got beat. Caden Proctor got beat a few times early, but they held up. They held up for the most part, especially in pass pro. I think where we're missing Jaden Roberts right now is in the run game. It's in the run game. Geno Vandermark and Cam Dewberry had a solid game on the interior. Parker Brailsford, same thing. But I think we're going to have to try maybe Jaden at tackle, moving back to tackle. I think it's time to get Caden Proctor back. He needs to get the interior. I don't think he's a tackle. I don't think Caden Proctor is a tackle. That's just my personal opinion. I've been saying that since he showed up on campus. Very athletic for his size, but I think you'll be way more effective at guard with that size and that frame and that athleticism. The tackle position is just way too demanding in these extensive schemes. They want you out in space or want you to be able to take those wide 9 edge rushers on or dissect the wide side of the ball, the back side of the protection, how to pass these things off, because he's still looking confused like he was last year. So we got to see. We got to work it out and see what happens. I think you bring in a guy like Jaden Roberts. Maybe you have to slide Wilk into the left tackle, or like I said, with me, if it's showing up in practice, it should get an opportunity on the field. So if you got guys like Olis Alanin, Jackson Lloyd, and Michael Carroll showing up, and they're giving you quality tackle reps, maybe it's not working against Ja Latham. Prayers up for Ja Latham. He went out with an injury. Maybe it's not working against LT Overton and Quay Russaw and Yanti Pierre and James Smith and all these guys, but it might work against another opponent. If they're holding up good competition against those guys, give them an opportunity, especially when guys like Caden Proctor and Wilkin Formby aren't having their best games. And Wilkin Formby ended up building on his game. I think if we had to rate the two who was better of the two, I think Wilkin Formby was a lot more consistent than Caden Proctor this game. And you can tell, man, Ty Simpson, every time he rolled out to his right, it was a lot more, space to maneuver, and you had that extra blocking support. And then also, guys, I think the offensive line did a good job creating lanes for him to work through. If you go back and watch the film, the first time Top, dropped his head, he had an opportunity to just step up in the pocket, and he would have seen Isaiah Horton on a crosser. I think you had Rico Scott and Josh Cuevas coming on like some lower levels, and Isaiah Horton was coming across the field, like in the middle of the field. Safety had bailed out to Ryan Williams, was running like a deep corner route, and you had a crosser by Isaiah Horton. Man, it would have been a nice play if he keeps his head up, and also you utilize your legs, Ty Simpson. You made a strong run to try to convert on 4th and 10 at one point in the game. I think that was like the last drive in the fourth quarter. He made a strong attempt to convert. Man, we got to see that in the first half. Jake Coker won the team over with a play exactly like that early in the game, playing relentless. I feel like that's the type of energy we need from Ty. You got to play relentless. But yeah, I watched the O-line. I think they played pretty solid for the first 20 minutes of the game, and then like Ty Simpson said and Deontay Lawson said, it just got worse and worse. The lack of effort. Guys weren't dialed in to do their job, and it showed up. I don't think Ty fits the DeBoer system. DeBoer and Grubb want to be pass heavy. Carlos, I found that out in the worst way possible. Ryan Grubb he proved me wrong in so many different ways with the play calling in the second half, because I feel like we had an opportunity. First of all, let's continue this. Let's continue this conversation, because I'm gonna say some stuff that after going back and watching, and I said it during the live, but I was so mad at the Fairweather fans coming in and barking so loud. Sometimes it's not even about what's being said, it's about who's saying it, right? And that's what I got to remember. It's not about who's saying it, it's about what's being said. And there was a lot of Fairweather fans, they got a lot to say when things aren't right, but you can't get them to say nothing when something is good other than roll tide, we're going to win the Natty. Why are we going to win the Natty? You can't even tell us. You just see us scoring touchdowns, but all of a sudden you want to be an analyst and break down defenses and stuff and act like you know something because you saw another content creator go on YouTube and they're getting a lot of views because Alabama lost. Half of them don't know what the hell they be talking about in the first place. So that's the funny part about that. But I like what I seen overall from the running back room, right? I like what I seen from the running back room as we see Davin Jones. What's up, Davin? Said, give me Kevin Riley. I'm right there with you, man. I like Kevin Riley. I think he's earned the opportunity. He's earned the right to be in this mix, especially while Jam Miller is out. I didn't too much care for Dre Washington, his 2 opportunities for to be in on Pass Pro. Just being honest, that was something that we knew. I told you all coming in, that's something that he struggled with coming in. Live game action, it showed. Richard Young, Daniel Hill, I think are just quality RB1, RB2 assets while Jam is gone. I think we have it in the running back room, and for that reason, I really feel like we need to lean on the run game a lot more. Horton getting hurt really hurt us. Hip pointer, I believe. Not necessarily hip pointer. He had a little stinger. A little stinger is what they were calling it. Ty was off timing and looked just like he did in the USF game. I ain't gonna say that, Bruce. I feel like he settled in a little bit in the USF game. I just felt like the moment was way too big for him. You want to see Latsier Brooks? Okay, let's talk about Latsier Brooks, Cynthia. And I'm really acknowledging all my members, all you members that got comments in the chat. Thank y'all for being members in the chat, for real, being members and a part of the community and supporting the Coach Smook Network on a whole nother level. And y'all, don't forget to run the likes up on the stream, man. I got a lot of people in the chat. We got a lot of people in the chat right now. 76, only 32 likes on the stream. Let's continue to run the likes up. Hit the thumbs up on the YouTube side. And if you're on TikTok, I'm going to get to your questions in a second. What's up, Isaiah? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Blue. Good to see everybody over there. Pastor B tapping in over there. I see y'all on TikTok and Instagram. What's up? How y'all feeling? I see y'all. So I got to get another screen, man. Okay, so we've been talking about the offense for a minute now. Let's talk about the defense. They at the 42-minute mark. Defensive production. Cynthia, before I go to defense, I gotta acknowledge this. It was 2 plays I saw Latsier Brooks in, and the young man is so fast, and I think there's, and I've never had a question. I've never had a question about Ty Simpson's arm strength, right? But there were 2 pass plays in particular, right? And I know he had a lot more snaps. I know he had some special team snaps. I know he had like maybe 6 or 7 snaps on offense. But it was 2 pass concepts in particular. The vertical, you can tell that he's a threat there. And then there's also, appreciate you for the $5 super chat, Cynthia. Let's get that on the screen there, Mary J. Appreciate you for the $5 super chat too. And so we're going to get in. Happy holiday, AAA family. Have a great, relaxing 100%. Y'all give it up for Cynthia Middleton in the chat, y'all. She been around for a minute. This will be year 2. Stick around long enough. Y'all give it up for Cynthia. Appreciate the $5 super chat and becoming a co-sponsor on today's stream. Well, the first co-sponsor of the month of September. Don't forget, y'all, it's a new month, September 1st today. I'll make sure y'all celebrate, man. It's Labor Day. Relax. Don't do no work. All right. Talking about the offense. Latsier Brooks, those 2 opportunities, I saw there was space for I've never had a question about Ty Simpson's arm strength. I've never had a question about it, but maybe the weather was a factor, maybe it was just nerves. But there's some risky throws that I seen Ty make in practice. Not this offseason, but last year especially. That probably quote unquote learning from his mistakes hindered his relentlessness or his want to or his desire to rip the ball this past Saturday. Like I said, the first pass to Jeremy Bernard was underthrown. So I don't know if there's a mental block there with this guy not wanting to turn the ball over, but at the end of the day, Ty, you got to be a quarterback, and your arm talent is the reason why you were rated so high. It wasn't because you were a 4-3 quarterback that could break out the pocket, and you were doing that against 2A guys, right? You're a strong runner. Your legs are very much useful, but your talent is in your arm, and your real talent is in your IQ. And we saw the IQ. We saw the IQ with Ty Simpson. No turnovers. And we saw some passes where you can tell when he realized it was a late pass or some that he had a wrong read on. You saw the ball dive a lot. You saw the ball dive. So he's seeing things and processing. I think that clock needs to speed up, 1. And 2, he just needs to let it rip and trust his arm. Trust all his training, man. You've been doing this for how long in your life? Go be the quarterback you know you can be. Because I guarantee you, that 12 get in that game, I don't think he holding none. I think 12 will have 2. He'll win the game with 2 or 3 interceptions. I do. I think 12 will win the game ripping that ball, because if you're going to ask him to drop back 47 times, he's going to try to throw that mug 45 of those times. He's going to try to throw the ball, and he going to put your guys in position to make plays. And that's what they were enjoying about him during the spring. Now, Ty Simpson, you got to throw these guys in stride, man. Too much speed out there to be underthrowing guys. I think that one to Ryan Williams was a bad read, but, you got Ryan Williams out there. The underthrow to Jeremy Bernard, Isaiah Horton, Josh Cuevas, you threw it behind him 2 or 3 times. I just need you to let it rip. So let's switch to the defense, man. I didn't have too many complaints about offense. I think offense just got matched up. The fact that we couldn't get the points in the red zone. You got in the red zone 4 times. You only came away with 7, I believe. Was it 7 or 10? in the red zone. We got to do better. Red zone efficiency got to be there. Defense. All right, let's start from the top, man. Let's start with the coaching. All right, I got to start at the coaching right now. I know y'all think I'll be sunshine pumping when it comes to the coaches, but I truly believe at the end of the day, and this is me as a coach. I've coached. I truly believe at the end of the day that no matter what I do to prepare a player, that player has to make the choice to show up and execute what I prepare him to do. No matter what I say on the sideline or how emotional I get, that should not affect the player's desire to want to execute, right? Because at the end of the day, I've been appointed to design this for us to run. And if this has worked for me everywhere else, I've been Kane Womack. I'm talking about Kane Womack. If this has worked for me everywhere else, why is it not working at a place where I'm supposed to have the best equipment available? Right? If I've been able to drive this rinky-dink 1996 Honda Civic across country, whatever. Why now that I'm in this new Tesla or whatever y'all want to high luxury car y'all want to make this Bama team to be at, this Bama defense out to be, right? Why am I in this high state of the art grade utility vehicle and it's not operating, right? Do I really got to get in here and turn the music up and add superchargers and add a whole new add some more subs and tweeters, put some sprinkles on the outside, get some wood chip paint and put in the paint, get some low profile tires and some 24s? Like, do I really need to do all this extra stuff to get it to be the piece of equipment that I expect it to be, that I've seen and evaluated it to be? If I do that means I wasted my money. That means I wasted my money. That means I wasted my effort. Now, is it my job to make sure the maintenance and that I'm doing all my checks and all of this and getting the oil changed and making sure I'm putting the right oil, the right fuel in it, to make sure that I'm getting all my services and checks, make sure the tags is good on it, make sure I got insurance on it? Yeah, that's my job, right? That's my job. And in doing that, does that require me to talk to a few more people? Does that require me to be a little bit more in depth and be a little bit more detail oriented? Yes, it does. But as far as the car driving in itself, if I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, the bare minimum, the car's supposed to drive and it's supposed to operate like it's supposed to. And that's what I look at with this defense. This defense has no effort, no fire. And I can't blame the coach for that. I can't expect the coach to come out of character and be yelling and cussing and doing all this when a player misses a tackle and all this. But I do expect the coach to say, hey, get in the game. What's up, Cam TV? Good to see you in the chat, man, over there on YouTube. I can expect the coach, if I see my red shirt senior veteran linebacker not blitzing or gap or not shooting a run gap that's wide open and standing on the other side of it waiting for contact or trailing behind the play jogging. I have young freshmen that showed me in camp, like, if I tell them to do something, they're going to do it. And I may make the wrong call, but at least I can count on them to do something. We had this conversation last year about players not executing. Well, now we have to talk about the coaching aspect of it. Now you have a year of continuity. Last year, you couldn't do as much of that moving around because you had so many different variables in place. You're trying to keep a roster together. You didn't put this roster together. You're trying to keep the locker room together. So you're not trying to make it about you and what you want. You're trying to make it about what's best for the team. And there's a question that was posed by our PR. Shout out to Megan. We're going to discuss that topic here in about 5 minutes. All right. But you have to start questioning, why aren't we? You put Dijon Lee out there on a critical third down play, and you put him in a spot where you expected him to step up. Well, why aren't we doing the same to QB Reese and Abdul Sanders Jr. in the middle of that field, or Caden Jones? Or why aren't we giving the Kyle Hill Green that Deontay Lawson, Justin Jefferson spot? Because honestly, let's truth be told, and we'll talk about the missed tackles right here. We could bring it up. Shout out to my guy Nick Kelly, man, for posting this stuff. But I was looking at the PFF scores and I couldn't find my link. But missed tackles in this game versus Florida State. I counted 17. I had 6 by Deontay Lawson. I had 3 by Bray Hubbard. I had 5 or 6 by Justin Jefferson. Yanzi Pierre and Nakai Hill Green, they both missed tackles on big scrambles, which to me is not so much of their part. James Smith let one get away from him. LT Overton let one get away from him. Keon Sabb coming down the field from his safety spot very aggressively. He missed 1 or 2 tackles, but his missed tackles set it up for guys to follow up, and nobody followed up. He did his job, right? So the moment we get all 11 players doing their job in this new scheme, that's when I'll be able to truly evaluate, because I saw last year points and times where you were running against some of the similar schemes offensively, Kane Wallen, and you get out of that 4-man front and you go to that 3-man front, and you're allowing that wolf to kind of hover in between these different gaps, right? Where's the discipline there? I don't think you need the pre-snap. I don't think you need to decoy in the pre-snap reads anymore with that. It's already hard enough to be disciplined in the 4-2-5 and stop the extended run game, the perimeter run game, right? Or the interior run game. The reason why the 4-2-5 is able to be effective in stopping the run game is because it is utilized and is effective against teams that utilize the perimeter run game. Gus Malzahn using all those jet sweeps and jet motions and stuff, that's what he was doing, making that 4-2-5 be honest, because if you hand the ball off, if you look at the outside handoffs, this team did good, minus the reverse. The defense did good containing the perimeter run game. And it was all set up because of the motion, and the keys were there. Everybody's doing their assignment up until that point. But phases 3 and 4 is what killed this defense. So now what I expect going into the rest of the season, and what we should see in phases or in some aspect, is when we see that jet sweep motion, there should be a different type of shift happening on the defense, especially up front. You see jet motion, I don't care. Get out of the even front, go odd. Get out of the even front, go odd. Put your 4th man back on the line of scrimmage. Let's bracket everything. That's the simplest way. And I need people to understand, just because your wolf linebacker stands up and is hovering across the front, is hovering in between the gaps on the front between your 3 true defensive linemen, that doesn't make it a 3-3-5. He's still playing a defensive lineman style technique. And if you got drop 8 coverage, of course you're going to send 3 defense. You're going to send three rushers. Number 1 priority for this team, though, above all else, we got to address this, and that's the missed tackles. You will not win a game. I don't care who you are. You will not win a game missing 14 tackles. And this was the official PFF report. Shout out Nick Kelly on Twitter. Appreciate that, man. 14 missed tackles, man. 4 by Justin Jefferson, 3 by Deontay Lawson and Bray Hubbard, that's 10. 2 by Keon Sapp, that's 12. And then you got 1 by Yanzi Pierre and Nakai Hill Green. That's 14 total missed tackles. So, and you're talking about, this is official reports, and this to me is a lot more lenient on the players than I am, because I look at times, man, you got players getting dragged. Quay Rusaw, proud of the Gump Town, man. Come on, man. That rushing touchdown where you're getting dragged on it, that's not Bama, man. That's not even you. Got to get that energy back. And I can't expect the coaches to be the ones that start that. That's an internal thing. I don't care who you are. Y'all can talk about it as fans and people that watch from the sideline. If you never played the game, there is nothing that a coach has ever said to me that's been able to make me actually do what I've done on the field or on the court. I had to make the choice. No matter what they said, I still had to make the choice. I had to make the choice to go out there and put my body on the line and take on running backs that was outweighing me by 85, 90 pounds as a freshman. willing to do it too. Maybe not as good as the guy, the senior or the junior that was in front of me, but I did it. And it was effective. Especially at the wide receiver position. I love going across the middle because nobody else wanted to do it. Everybody else was scared. I love doing it. You know what got me recruited? Being able to take a hit going across the middle. It wasn't my jumping ability. It wasn't my 4.58 speed. It wasn't my 205 bench press. My little weak self. It wasn't none of that. It's my willingness to do the stuff that's going to be asked of me to be done. And that's what this team got to realize, man. You got to go out there and get players, especially on the defensive side. In this space-eating defense, where it's going to be a lot of space to eat up, you got to be decisive in your decision-making, and your cues have to flow. If they're not flowing, that means you got to sag off and make your picture bigger. Bray Hubbard, Zay Mincy got to play better. Oh, my God. We're going to break it down. We got film study later on this week. We got 2 minutes before we got to transition. But overall defensive effort wasn't there. I love what Keon Sabb did. I love what Jeremy Bernard did. If I had to talk about my 2 MVPs of the day as we get ready to tap in to our phone call segment and we transition to the rest of the show. My MVPs for the day. Mary J, you awake back there? Let me get an MVP banner. My MVPs for the day. Offensive MVP this past Saturday. I'm gonna have to do kind of like a collective, because I think this is something that we'll be able to build off on. The running back room, all of them, even though Dre Washington didn't impact it huge in the run game. I mean, in pass pro, I think he's going to be an asset in the run game, especially when it comes to want to be physical. But all 4 ran physical. So the running back room, I'll give you your flowers. We definitely got to dial in and use them more. Ryan Grubb, you want to settle Ty Simpson down? ULM game, let's use this game to establish the run game. Let's use this game to really overutilize the run game. Wide receivers get mad if y'all want to. Y'all had plenty of opportunities to make big plays in this last game. I don't care that the quarterback didn't throw you. If it touched your hands, and that's one thing I will step to Ty's defense for. It's touching a lot of hands and they not holding on to it. It's touching a lot of hands and they not holding on to it. So maybe some of those plays where if he leads them and they catch it, it's one thing to lead them, but are they going to catch it? Are they going to catch it? Are you going to be Mr. Football, 2-time Mr. Football, and catch the ball and hold on to it and protect your body, right? Are you going to continue to be the leader, Mr. Bernard? And he did, man. Jeremy Bernard helped. And see, sometimes as wide receivers, we got to help the receiver out. So running back room, let's help the whole offense. Let's help the whole team. I lean on the running back room. And Jeremy Bernard clearly has shown that he's trying to solidify that first round ballot to that draft, man. He's continued to show it, you know. Love what he did. Was disappointed in tight end room with Josh Quavis' performance. Really was the light of the tight end room. Didn't get to see many other tight ends get opportunities. Jay Lindsey was in. You saw Edwards. You saw I think Brody got in on 1 or 2 snaps. So we got to see those other guys get in the mix. Defensively, Keon Sabb, love what you did. Jeremiah Beeman played a tough game, man. Was in a lot of adverse situations, created a lot of opportunities for the second level to really support, and they just didn't feel. Asaya Faga, Landon Simmons, you guys did good. You need more reps. Disappointing in Edric Hill, 94, didn't have the best showing. And for people that's talking about Tim Keenan, we need a Tim Keenan. Turn the film on from last season. That's all I'm saying. I'm not dogging Tim Keenan. There was a lot of spots last season. Tim Keenan was very ineffective. We talked about this. Why would it all of a sudden change? And like I said, there's a lack of effort still on a lot of pieces and places on this defense. I want to see this turn around. We got to get the energy and the effort back up. So with that being said, those are my MVPs, Keon Sabb, and those 2 interior guys, Jeremiah Beam and Cy Fagle, 3, and Landon Simmons. Number 90 looked good out there for a freshman, didn't he? Yeah, y'all better put some respect on this 25 class. I won't be surprised if we see Luke Metz, Duke Johnson, Abdul Sanders Jr., Justin Hill, all these guys getting a lot of reps this week. Chuck McDonald in that secondary, Dijon Lee, Deshaun Jones. I'm gonna need you to Cam Calhoun needs to be on the field. 9 needs to be on the field, chat. Now it needs to be on the field. Y'all remember I kept PSA? Now it needs to be on. Now I know defense needs to be on the field. So that's the difference in the game. Those are the MVPs for me. Now, without further ado, let's get into this phone call segment. I'm ready to talk to y'all. Y'all ready to talk to me? Before we get into it, man, take a chance and take an opportunity to become a member of the AAA family and support the Coach Smook Network. And this is how you do it. Check it out.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Somebody say put me in the game, Coach Smook. Somebody say put me in the game. We got our first call on the line already. I ain't even say the phone line was open yet. They ready. Let's go.
Call from
Put me in the game, Coach. This is Greg.
to accept.
Yo, Greg, what's up, man? You in the game? Talk to me, man. Welcome to the show, bro.
What's up, my brother? What about that impeccable timing I just had with that hitting you on my contacts? I'm on fire already this morning.
Hey, you on fire, man. I like to hear it. I like to hear it. Talk to me, man.
Number one, I always love your show. Thank you for your content. Thank you for your time.
Hey, appreciate you, man.
All you fair weather people out there, look, y'all need to like pump the brakes. Okay, it's one game. I get it. We're 5-5 last 10 games. I'm not happy with that. Transition is over, but you're not firing the coach, bro. It ain't happening.
It ain't.
We got to get on board. I'm on board. I thought he was the right hire. He's got a $70 million buyout, people. That ain't happening when you got to pay $20 million in revenue sharing. Sorry. Not happening. I think we got a great staff. I believe in them. I just got to see. We got to start seeing some other things. The road games being 2-4 is a little bit of a red flag. We got to figure that out.
Yeah.
Got to figure out in this 4-2-5 how to better defend RPOs, the quarterbacks that can run and pass. Everybody struggles with those guys, but you just don't lose the game. That's the problem. We're losing those games Everybody. I don't care who you are. Nick Saban, we struggled against those guys. Everybody. I mean, everybody. You're going to struggle, but you've got to figure out a way to win the game, and that takes both sides of the ball. You got to score. You got to get some stops and turnovers, but the penalties. That's the thing I want to harp on. We are 0-14 in 14 games played. We got a good little example. We're 0-14 in penalties. The other team has had less penalties than we have every game.
Mm-hmm.
That is on. It's both. I agree with you, Coach. I coach basketball. I've coached everything.
Yeah.
It ain't just. I mean, coaching, you can do so much. You can plead and do that. They get out there and they just don't do it. That's when you just got to take them out and put somebody else in.
Yep. And that's the only, Greg,
Somebody else.
I think that's the only fix. I don't think it's a scheme thing at this point. I think the only fix is if you're not utilizing everybody that's showing up to that practice every day and that you feel like should have earned them a position on this roster, right? And it's some phase of the game, their skill set can be used, especially in football. It's a puzzle, like roster and depth. It's a puzzle. And sometimes when you put pieces in certain spots, it might look right when you first put it there and it might actually fit, but is it really a part of the full picture, right?
Right.
It could be.
How many times have we coached when we started out the season, you have these players doing this, and you're thinking 4 or 5 games later, like, what the hell was I thinking?
Let me put this tight end at defensive end. Cause he blocking good, but this joker can't catch worth the crap. And he a lot physical. He keep getting these holding calls. Let me put him on defensive end. And then I put him at defensive end, and he turns out to be an all-city kid the next 2 years.
I think we need to make some radical moves on the offensive line. You hit it right on the head earlier, and I thought the same thing. Proctor is not a tackle. He is a guard. He is a smasher. He's good at run blocking. He's too big. How many NFL left tackles do you have in the NFL that weigh 370 pounds? None, because they can't block these $40 million a year guys that are super fast, super strong. They can't move.
Come on. Hey, so Greg, before we continue this conversation, are you in agreement that Proctor may need to move to guard?
Absolutely. It's clear as day.
Sound of sirens, everybody.
He was the worst on the whole offensive line. He was worse than Formby.
Yes.
He got his ass whooped.
And to Formby's defense.
Now, he wasn't great, but
he wasn't great.
Him.
He played better than he played all last year. I will say that.
I agree.
Formby played better than he played all last year, which tells me something. He's getting better. That if I had seen a Formby that showed up in the USF game last year, this game right here, then I have a concern.
God, yeah.
It showed up one play. And I seen him go off that drive. He was thrown up in the trash can. And then after he came back, he had 1 or 2 spots the rest of the game. But he played a solid game working for me. That's why I said if we can get his athleticism at left tackle and find somebody to man that right tackle position, maybe Jaden Roberts is the fix.
I totally agree. Newberry did not play bad. I think actually he graded higher than anybody.
Hey, that boy, once he gets comfortable, he's going to be a freaking problem. What do they call him? An anchor. He's going to be the anchor for that O-line.
I'm not so pissed off at the offense, like you said. I thought we definitely got things to do, and it will. But the defense, oh my God, we're playing. I thought, and I've heard you say it, and I've heard a lot of people say it, and I've heard him say it. Kane Womack, the 4-2-5, the swarm, the blitzing, the negative plays and stuff. It just seems we just don't do it.
Why are we not doing it more?
When we went after him, we got a sack. Fab got a sack. But, man, against these teams at RPOs and that stuff, you have got to make them make quick decisions. You got to be after their butt.
Interrupt. You got to be disruptive.
You got to. They'll fumble. They'll throw an interception. They'll get negative plays. And that's what you got to have on first down. They got to be 2nd and 12. 2nd and 13. Make them throw the ball. That's what you got to do.
Facts.
We just lay back and lay back and lay back and lay back. So I'm sorry, Kane Womack. I believe in what we're doing, but like we don't set the edge. We never set the edge. I'm tired of watching that. I'm just saying. I'm not being fair weather.
Nah, this is truth. This is truth. This is
the truth.
You're not
And
complaining right now. You're not complaining. You're talking about things that are football related. You're not saying fire the coach, because I know for a fact, as an experience, and I'm gonna hand it back to you. I know for a fact, as an experienced defensive coordinator that's won at multiple universities, you have taught in your scheme. The edge containment in a space eater scheme is probably priority number one. That's probably one of the first things you do on install in week 1 of the spring camp. Practicing visuals of setting the edge.
After we've installed last year, we're adding all these pieces and all these different, lineups and all this stuff. Dude, what are you saving it for?
Yeah.
What are you saving it for? Because you're going to see this every week. I don't care who I am. If I can't even run the ball very well, I'm going to try.
Somebody going to do that RPO read.
Hold the ball.
Somebody going to be they're going to do that RPO crap. They're going to do it. Greg, we got 45 seconds, and then we're going to open the phone line up, brother.
All right, here's the thing I got to leave you with. The thing that bothers me the most is why are we playing so many players so early? First 2 series, we bringing in all these people. I think that's one reason why some of these guys are getting a little pissed. Maybe the effort, not an excuse, but like you're taking me out of the game. You bring in the backup. I love you, John. But we had 2 backups when Squirrel got that big play. That was the play that got them energy, got them going. That was, in my opinion, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it, it's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I want to see depth, but not that early. I want to see it in a blowout. I want to see it in practice. I get it. Bring them along. But you don't put them out on their first series when it's 3rd and 11. You're putting Dijon Lee on a super fast guy. He got whooped. This backup safety, who I think is going to be a good player, what are you doing to their confidence?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, people. Be smarter than that. I'm just saying, I'm not saying fire anybody. Don't call me fair-weathered. I'm concerned because I love the scripted A. But these guys have got to quit talking all this shit about what they doing because they ain't doing nothing.
And do it.
And what surprised me, Coach, and you know this, I can't believe we let somebody talk so much shit about us. Shit.
That part.
And they came out, I hope you're beeping this, came out and he did exactly what he said, and nobody seems to care. We're out there TikTok.
Where's my inside linebacker that's supposed to be the leader of the team?
We have no dog.
No dog, man.
No dog.
Greg, I love the conversation, man, but we got to open the phone line back up. I see the chat going crazy. Greg, you know what to do, man. We're going to be back live tonight, 8 p.m. for our phone call segment.
I will be there.
Look, hopefully y'all don't get too drunk today, enjoying yourself, eating that good barbecue. Bring me a plate. But until then, roll tide, Greg, man.
Hey, we need to be feeding some of these guys' brains, these coaches, a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, man. Just a little bit. Appreciate you for calling in, Greg.
This ain't Pac-12, boys. This is not Pac-12.
Hey, we don't have to go that deep in the depth on the 8th snap of the game, man. Let's let these boys get
0-4. Hey, we're 0-4 when we are predicted to win by 10 or more. That just tells me coaches quit watching the line. Players quit watching
play the
line.
game. Play the play.
Play the game. Be scared of everybody. Right now, I'm scared I can't win a game. I'm going to be so scared.
Yes.
I'm going to prepare so hard.
Play desperate.
I am going to absolutely whoop somebody's ass that I should anyway.
Yep. I like it, Greg. Appreciate you for calling in, brother.
Sorry for that rant. I'll let you go.
All right, roll time, man. Y'all give it up for our guy, Greg, man. Y'all know Greg calling. He going to have his passion. He going to be there, man. He going to be there. 334-625-1121. 334-625-1121. Let's go. Let me get in the chat. Oh, snap. I ain't going to put that one on there, but I see what you said about Lawson, Frank, and I agree. But y'all got mad at me when I said it last year. And Walter Roberts, appreciate you for tapping in, man. Walter been a solid supporter since he came around. Hey, we need one more like to get up to 50 likes on the stream. We got 98 viewers in the chat. Can I stop real quick? Can I stop? 205. I'm gonna let you on the line. Let me see who it is.
Call from
Davin from Birmingham. Put me in the game, coach.
Yo, Davin, what's up, man? You're in the game with Coach Smook. Give me 2 seconds because guess what's happening? Well, you might have something to say to this. We got 94 viewers in the chat, but we only have 55 likes. What's going on? What you got to say about that, bro?
Nah, man, run the likes up. We ain't talking about nothing. Run the likes up.
Wait, you came in kind of hot. Time out,
Yeah,
Ty.
man. We not talking about anything until you run those lights up. We gotta run those lights up.
Davin said, I ain't saying until y'all run them mother likes up. Hey, y'all run them likes up, man, for Davin come crashing out on this phone line, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Hey, Davin, go ahead and take it, man. We have 55, we have 56 likes on the stream. Hey, y'all look, Davin, I might need you to come in. Hey, Jordan, clip that soundbite. We need that because they got the people fired up there. Appreciate y'all. Come on, man. What's on your mind, Davin? Welcome to the show, man. Y'all give it up for Davin, y'all.
Yeah, first off, shout out to Greg, man, because literally the points I was gonna call in about Greg already touched on them. Like he was talking about the defensive staff rotating guys in too early. Like I love Dijon Lee. I was ready to see Dijon Lee early. I just felt like they didn't put him in the best position to succeed.
Yeah.
You take a 6'4" corner, you put him on a speedy wide receiver on a 3rd and long. That's a crucial 3rd and long early in the game. That was like a pivotal moment. I was like, I would have rather seen Xavier or Damani in that situation.
Yeah.
But I want to more so, since Greg already kind of touched on the defense and some of the other things I was going to talk about. I want to talk about Ty.
Yeah.
Because I've been seeing a lot of people, Ty this, and we need to move on from Ty. And I'm going to be honest, like, could you go back film-wise and, like, break down some things and, like, see, like, yeah, Ty missed that read or Ty was holding on to the ball too long. But if you look at his overall stat line, you look at how he played
good.
Ty was solid. He was solid.
He played good.
And I think everybody that knows the game, I don't think anybody that knows the game was like, Ty is going to be the savior. Ty is going to be this. You have been telling us for the longest time, like, hey, I like Ty, but we can't put everything on Ty. We need everybody around him to do their job, the defense do their job, the running backs, the wide receivers. We can't expect – I think Bama fans' biggest problem is we had Tua, Mac, and Bryce, and everybody expects every quarterback to be those guys. And they're just not going to be those guys. But Ty can win a lot of games in the SEC, but his supporting cast has to do the job. And the only thing I would say about Ty that I had the biggest issue with, Ty can't be on the sideline looking like a teenager just found his girlfriend pregnant.
Come on, man.
He looked frantic. He was on the sideline looking like he didn't know his head from his behind. Like he didn't know what – you can't have that C on your chest. And that was my biggest issue last year with Jalen. So if I called Jalen out on it, I got to call Ty out on it.
Yeah.
If I called out Jalen for when he was pouting on the sideline, I got to call out Ty. You the leader. Imagine you at war, and you look over and see your captain he in the foxhole looking lost, looking scared. Hold up, you supposed to be the leader. You supposed to be the guy that's supposed to pick us up.
Hey, Gavin, I was that one. Davin, I was that one that junior enlisted. I remember my early days in training at Fort Hood. And we had that young PL, me and him the same age. And you supposed to be my leader. And we out here doing this training. You getting frantic. And we ain't even in the live fire. We talking about just timing and doing things for qual and all that type of stuff. And you panicking. And the heat get into you. You're sweating. I'll take the map. I'll take the fire order. I'll do the fire mission for you, sir. And you ain't got to tell nobody. That's what we need on the team. We need young guys stepping up. Hey, bump it, bro. Hey, you played the game. There's always in teams that have serious potential, especially when you have young guys playing behind veterans, there's always some point in the game or in the season where the young guy, he says, bump it. And he finds that opportunity to get out there in that spot. I want to see that. I can tell you so many stories about Bama players during the Saban era that made the most of their moments by just being ready for the opportunity. And I think what's happening right now with this staff, the way that they're playing these young guys, Dijon Lee had an early moment like Xavier Brown did last season. If y'all remember, Xavier Brown got smoked, right? But Dijon Lee got smoked with Squirrely White, but then he comes in and he makes a sure tackle in the open field, right? The next drive. He a big tackle on the second down that could have been a big first second down play. And moments like that lets me know that somewhere in these veteran players' minds, something's not clicking on the effort part. Xavier Brown made his mistake last year and got better. Jalen Mbakwe did the same thing last year and got better. Damani Jackson coming from USC made mistakes and got better. Everybody that's not left over from the Saban era seems to be buying in. Their effort is showing. Why are my guys not stepping up? Ty Simpson, bro. You was talking about Ty, Davin. I love what Ty did as far as a game manager. And I've never taken that from him. I've always told y'all, like you said, I told y'all, this man can win games. But you're talking about asking him to lead and win and carry a team. I have yet to see that from him. He didn't even do that in high school.
Ty is someone like a Jay Coker. That's the way I look at Ty. Now, I think he has better arm talent than a Jay Coker. I think he's more talented than Jay Coker.
His arm talent is some of the best we've seen come through Alabama, but it's not going to be able to showcase itself if you don't have that confidence. If all your confidence is all head confidence, your natural abilities have to kick in. Your ability and your physical attributes has to kick in at some point in time. And it can't be in moments of fear like we saw him when he was running the ball. Even that last scramble, if he runs with some intent on that fourth down conversion where he could have, just ran with some intent. Malik Herring comes up and lays a nice hit on him, but Ty pulls up at the end instead of trying to run through the guy.
He did.
Jay Coker won the team over against Ole Miss running through the DB to convert that fourth down. You do that in that game against Florida State, I guarantee you guys like Rico Scott, guys like Jeremy Bernard, guys like Cam Dewberry Cam Dewberry, Gino Vandermark, great. I ain't gonna say great game. They were the best offensive linemen of the game. Those two working together on the interior. I don't think we bring Jaden Roberts back and put him back in that situation. I think we need to try him out at a tackle. Caden Proctor might not be it for this season. Put somebody else at left tackle. Let's figure out this tackle situation real quick. But when you got all this working around you and it just need a spark, Ty, that's where you got to find it. And I will say this, Ty came right back in the interview, and I seen it in his eyes, man. He was shook. But you can tell there's a little bit of pride in him to say, hey, I might be shook right now, but when I get home and I'm able to take a breath and look at this shit, from what I can remember, I already know I look like I didn't look my best, but when I get ready to look at this, oh man, y'all gonna hate to see this. Y'all gonna hate to see what's coming out of this. Everybody that's doubting us, y'all gonna hate it, and that's what I got from his interview. 30 more seconds, Davin, and then I'm gonna open this phone line back up.
Yeah. One more thing too, as far as position changes, and I'm gonna hang up after this. I really think we need to start looking at moving Quay Russaw to the inside and let Noah Carter, Justin Hill, let some of those guys take over the wood position. I'm gonna hang up and then let you do your thing, man.
100% Big Frank. Davin, thank you for tapping in, man. And you already know, man, how we get down over here in the AAA family. Roll Tide, my boy.
Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Davin calling in with the good energy, man. Good energy, great conversation. My guy Frank White said something about Jaden Roberts not being a tackle. I want you to understand. The reason why Jaden Roberts got moved from tackle to guard was because of the injuries that happened on the interior. And he performed so good, they kind of just stuck him there. He kind of developed into that position. If you take Jaden Roberts and his growth at the guard position right now, and in this scheme, we haven't seen Jaden Roberts perform at tackle since Coach Saban and Tommy Rees were here, right? We haven't seen him get an opportunity at tackle. Jaden Roberts is more of a natural tackler. Now, you might say his pass pro is his weakest link. His pass pro at the guard position is his weakest link. His pass pro at his guard position, and to me, is probably his weakest. You put him at right tackle, his natural position, I think you see a better performance. 334, we got 334 on the line. Let's see who it is.
Call from
Frank, put me in the game.
Yo, Frank, what's up, man? I just seen your comment. You in the game. Talk to me, man. Y'all give it up for Frank in the chat. And hold up, Frank, before I give it up to you, man, I got super chats, man. People showing mad love today. I appreciate everybody. We got the $5 super chat from Cynthia Middleton. Thank you for that. We got Walter Roberts coming in with the $4.99 super chat, man. Appreciate Walter for tapping in and becoming a co-sponsor on the Coach Smook Network here on the Coach Smook Morning Show. Hey, what's up, brother? You on the line, man. Talk to me, Frank.
Good morning, chat. Good morning, Coach Smook. Put me in the game.
You're in the game, dog. You're in the game, big dog.
Blessing to be here.
Yes, sir.
To be here.
Appreciate you, man.
So let's get to it. Let's talk about the game within the game, right? Let's talk about the real X's and O's. I played the game for about 9 years, college and high school at a high level. You touched on self-motivation. That's the key in this game. I didn't see no dogs. You know what I'm saying? After a bad loss, when I came home, my family wouldn't let me sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? It's no pride out there personally. Coaches can draw plays. They can put you in a situation to make plays, but it's up to you to make that play. Missed tackles, killing us. Last year, killed us. We still doing the same things this year. You can't coach self-motivation. And we lacking that. You know what I'm saying? And we used to pride ourselves on our trenches, our offensive line, our defensive line. Caden Proctor, big overrated. Big overrated. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just keeping it real. You know, I don't want to sound negative, but film don't lie.
It don't. Frank, I don't mean to cut you out. Do you think Caden Proctor at tackle is overrated, or Caden Proctor, the offensive lineman in general, is overrated?
I think that his recruiting ranking and his height and his first round grade is severely overrated.
Yeah.
Personally, as a player.
Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's not bashing. That's real. That's real. I could take that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and we've seen this last year.
Yeah. 3 years we've seen
it. Last year. We have. Yeah. I mean, it's patterns. Like I said in earlier, people are a product of their patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And his pattern is he's too overhyped. Now, maybe he should go to guard. Maybe. I don't know. But we all can agree he's overhyped. I was disappointed with our interior D-line play. I know we had Keenan to go out, but you know, Keenan, he's a big guy. He's talented, but he's not no Marcel Darius.
He's not a Quentin Williams.
You know, he's not a Quentin Williams. He's none of those guys. Ty should have never been in that situation in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
We actually, you remember, weeks ago, we supposed to bring Ty in and let him make plays based off of his progression because it's his first game. And we played Florida State, Power school. We supposed to rely on our defense and everybody around him to take over those games so we can bring him along, you know, systematically over time. It got to the point to where we was asking that young man to do too much. We should have never been in that situation in the first place. I just feel like our stud's not studying.
Ooh.
You know, I got Deontay Lawson, soft. He been soft. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call it out. He does not fit the standard of an inside linebacker at Alabama. Jefferson disappointed me.
Oh, definitely.
I think that Jefferson is our best linebacker, but I've seen some things out of him in the run fit schemes.
Indecisiveness at an all-time high. It was I think it was after he went to field that one. He fielded one, but he kind of took a bad angle, and so the runner, I think Castellanos got the best of him as far as the physicality standpoint. He kind of slid down to his legs, and they swarmed to make the tackle. But you can tell after that point, it was like he didn't have the mentality you would want from your inside linebacker. I didn't see it from anybody. Now, and I don't mean to cut you off, there was one where Nikhil Green, he filled the wrong gap, but the physicality that he filled it with, it created some disruption to where if everybody's feeling with that type of physicality where you shoot the wrong gap or not, you might create some disturbance in what's developing. And that's literally just effort. And so it was kind of a delayed stunt by Nikhil Green. It's like he hesitated because he saw it developing in the hole he was already lined up over, but trying to do his assignment. He did the stunt and ended up blowing the guard and the center up. James Smith had the left tackle pull on him, and Justin Jefferson was nowhere to be found. Justin Jefferson was supposed to be filling that space and providing that support. He was nowhere to be found. So you got safety coming down, crashing late. You got Bray Hubbard, who's on the opposite side. He's usually your boundary guy that's hugging and helping with your run support. He's on the opposite side of formation, aligned on the strong side. So you got an imbalance because of lack of execution, not because of alignment. So when people talk about the imbalance there, they got to really, really wake up and see the development of the whole place. Hey, Frank, we got one more minute, bro. We got people blowing the line up, man. Go ahead and talk to me. I got to give you your minute back, bro.
I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be gone.
Yes, sir.
Like we said earlier, the scheme wasn't the problem. The execution in game play was the problem. We got to find that self-pride, that individualized pride in our own personal game and execute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can draw in the best player in the world, but if you got 3 drop passes, you got 3 missed tackles in the backfield, all of those things come back to bite you in the butt, and you can't coach personal mindset. And I'm gonna let it go.
Yes, sir. Hey, and that's the truth. That's 100% the truth. As a coach, I can do all these things and hype you up and say this, but it's your choice to do it. I appreciate your call, Big Frank. Thank you for jumping in the game with your boy Coach Smook, and roll tide, my boy.
Roll tide, y'all.
Yes, sir. Y'all give it up for my brother Frank, man. 865, you can call back in. He called in twice, 3 times, man. 3 times. 865 called in. You can call in again. As a matter of fact, phone line is open. 625-1121. Go ahead and call in. We don't have a call queue yet. Y'all keep supporting like y'all supporting. We're going to have a call queue. We're going to have one, and I can't wait to get it so we can have y'all waiting in the phone line and the call queue and get y'all set up. Let's get it. Yo, Marquise, you in the chat. You in the game with Coach Smook. Talk to me, man. Y'all give it up for Marquise in the chat, man. You said Marquise, right?
Marquis, yes, sir.
Marquis. Hey, all right. I got it. We just be trying to get it so, your name could be on the screen. And when we clip, if you say something hot, we're going to clip it and you get to see it on the short. And one day when your boy blow up because you subscribe to my channel, you know what I'm saying? And you became a part of AAA community, you're going to be like, yo, that was me. You get to show it to your people like, man, I was on my boy Coach Smook. Let me stop, man. Welcome to the show, man. What you got to say, man?
No, you all good, Coach, man. Look, I love your show, man.
For sure. Appreciate it, man.
And first of all, just keep doing what you're doing, man. You very authentic, you know what I mean? It's obviously that's, part of the brand and part of what you know what I mean, you try to bring.
Appreciate you.
So I appreciate that for sure, man. We need that out here. So first off, man, I just wanna touch on I've been listening to your show since Saturday night, like everybody else should be doing. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
After the game. So just everything you hitting on. I'm with you, Coach, on every last bit of it. Like you ain't said absolutely anything wrong. Like I've been waiting on Ty to do this since he been here. You know what I'm saying? Like this been the plan since he been here. He said that, and it's coming to fruition. You feel what I'm saying? So none of this is like a surprise for me as far as how this is going. He didn't play like. He played how I expected him to play. I didn't expect him to really wow us, but the downplay of everybody else around him that's just disappointing.
That's
Coach.
the disappointment.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's what really is getting me. It's just that the effort and the passion and the fire and desire that we play with as a Bama team, it's just not there at all. And I've been a fan for 17 years. I'm 22 years old. Like Saban was a coach when I was 5. I'm 22. This is all I know, boss. So you know what I mean? I know what it looked like, and this ain't it. We got to get there. And ASAP. Quay Russaw, get a sack. You know what I mean? Like,
hold on.
I need you, folks.
Hold on, man. You hit me hard on that one. I thought I was over it. Man. Hey, bro, you hit me hard.
My language, folks.
Come on, man. Quay and James Smith, them two personals of mine, man. Them boys, them Montgomery boys, man. They different. They come from that West Side Montgomery. And when I had to say it earlier, you seen I had to really chew on it to pause or whatever y'all say, young folks, to swallow it. But that performance, when I went back and I watched it, man, that's not Quay Russaw. That's a clone. That's a clone. That's not the Quay Russaw I watched grow up.
That's a freak. Is that the freak that Kane Womack said that we have?
That ain't the same one. That ain't the same one.
On.
They left the real players in T-Town. The defense, they let them boys go home this weekend for Labor Day weekend, and they had the clones show up, but they didn't download the right software. I think we need to update to the 25.2. We sent the 25.1 out there thinking because it was Florida State, we need to send the 25.2 clones next time we go play out of town, especially when we go play in Florida. We got problems playing in Florida right now.
We got real deal problems playing in Florida, Coach. And I was telling my buddies, like, listen, dog, the only game that I can remember right now is the Michigan game that we lost. That's all I can remember right now. And the fact that, like, our defense was the only bright spot in that game. Let's go back and watch the film because our defense was the only bright spot in that game. Point blank, period. And that's what I was expecting to come out week 1. And then they give us that BS. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Absolutely not. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For Ryan, 2, don't ever let me see you in the street because I'm pressing you. I'm pressing you.
You can't press nephew, man. Hey, I was tough on him, man. You can't press nephew, though.
No. And the chat with me, come on, the chat with me. The chat with me. How many balls did he just not look in? How many balls did he not look in? Coach said it's fundamental at this point now. You're not looking them in. You're not looking them in, too. Put 2 hands on it, look it in, and take it up the crib. That's what you do, too. I can't take it no more. Coach. We're not being fundamental.
Right.
Come on. Chat on it now.
Yeah.
I'm on that now.
Hey, but I've been saying this. I said this last year. After the Georgia game, and the target started to become less and less, I saw the effort dive down. We didn't see as much effort in the run game. I will say this, downfield blocking, Ryan Williams looked like a baby Smitty out there a couple of times when he wasn't the target, right? He looked out, making quality blocks downfield, trying to get active in that aspect, understanding his decoy role. But when it came time for him to make those big plays, you're, sophomore. I know you still a young guy, but you've been in these moments. You've been bred for this, Ryan. You don't get the excuses or the passes like everybody else, and that's just how it works. That's just how it works. He knows that.
And listen, I'm not trying to sit here and be like, oh, I'm whatever on 2. 2's our best player, period. And so when he's not showing up, we don't show up, and it showed today. You feel what I'm saying? If he does not show up, we do not show up. So my thing is, I need somebody. And Coach Grubb, listen, you're no better than Nick Sheridan right now as far as I'm concerned with your weak-ass play calling.
Yeah.
I don't care. This is why you got fired from Seattle, because you're weak-ass play calling.
Ryan Grubb.
We got to put it out there right now.
If Grubb don't get back to what we saw from him at Washington, and this week, you don't need to be in this situation where we got to get back to that, because that wasn't what we got at Washington. Washington still handed the ball off 34 times when Grubb took over that offense. They averaged 33 carries. Handoffs in the game. Your running back rushed on average 4 times a game, but you're talking about actual design quarterback runs. That's only 2 plays. We saw that, but where was the handoffs? Your running back room was running hard, man. Your offensive line, interior offensive line, was getting a nice push. We was getting a solid push interior. Anytime we ran any zone scheme, flooding left or moving left, this offensive line, the run game looked solid. You gotta lean on that and force, especially in a defense, the 3-3-5. They weren't walking their safeties all the way down in the box. Why we left the run game? So yeah, I had a question about Ryan Grubb, but I do believe this was the first run, right? In certain situations, because of the lack of execution early in the game, he kind of rolled into something that he felt like Ty Simpson would be more comfortable with. And if you look at the efficiency and the stats, he was more comfortable with it, but didn't take chances that were there, right? So if you look at a few of these plays where we're down 17-7, and you got an opportunity to hit on that fourth down where you threw it to Kevin Riley on the check down, right? You had an opportunity. You had one-on-one with Isaiah Horton downfield running a corner route. He's literally ran a nice C corner route. So you got time. You didn't have to move out the pocket when you threw that ball to Riley. You didn't have pressure in your face. Just go let that thing off to Isaiah Horton, who you haven't targeted but twice in the game at this point. Go ahead and give him a chance to make a play. This is your chance. You need to make the play. You need to make the play. So I could say it's Grubb, and then I could say at the same time it's just guys not taking advantage of opportunities in front of them. We had to get in that style of play at that point in time in the game. We had already passed the phase where we could really lean on the run game to create a momentum change.
Absolutely. And just to back what you said about that exact play with Kevin Riley, right? Because they're, like you said, I tell my buddies all the time, listen, football is so much about moments. It's not about the entire game, right? It's so much about moments that change the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And listen, when Ty just take your time, Bubba. They were giving you time, Bubba. Take your time. On that Kevin Riley throw, it was so early. It was so early in the down and in the play clock. Let it develop, like you just said. Isaiah had a nice corner route. Hit your man. That's what he came here to do. He came here to play with you. Hit your man. Come on, now. I can't. Come on. We can't. Listen, you're a fifth year, fourth year senior. Listen, I can't. No passes for you. You get 0 passes. You're ready. You're ready, and you play like it. So you need to continue to get better.
Yeah.
And fast, because like you said, at this point, listen, we don't look good enough at Wisconsin. It is bad news for us in Georgia. Come on. Say that now. Say that now. Come on.
Hey,
it's simple.
Final thought, man. Final thought. We got a troll page in the chat. Karen Dubois said, what we saw at UW was Penix balling, nothing more. Do you not remember? And I'm gonna respond to it, and I want you to respond to it. I want y'all to remember what I said in the spring ball when we had when we were talking about the interview with Ryan Grubb. It was his first interview, and they said, "What are you looking for in the quarterback to fully operate this system?" He didn't shy away from the fact that he wants to put the ball in the air. He wants a quarterback that's decisive, that's confident in their throws, and that could be a game changer. Not a game manager, somebody that can make the extended plays, can make the extra plays. Did Ty Simpson showcase his ability to make the extra plays this past weekend? You can answer, and then in the chat, y'all answer that for me.
I mean, I feel like he absolutely did. I mean, my thing is Ty showed the Bryce Young, the Jalen Milroe capability to get out of the pocket, to make plays extend. But Ty, you have to remember right now that just like you said, you give us Coker vibes. But the reason that Coker won a championship is just like you said, he put it all on the damn line.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you today, I listen to his podcast all the time. He put it all on the damn line every single time. And just like you said at the end of the game, Ty, put your damn shoulder down and run through a motherfucker.
You got it, man.
Come on now. Put your damn shoulder down and run through them. Let's keep this drive going. But you ain't do that. You pulled up, like you said. So my thing is, listen, Ty, as much as I love you, as much as I'm rooting for you, you have not long to figure this out.
Yep.
And I hate that for him. I hate that for him. I genuinely do, because he deserves this. But at the end of the day, where we are, we 0-1. So, and 0-2 don't look good. You know what I mean? I don't have to continue.
Right.
It's not who we are. Roll Tide, man.
Roll Tide, Marquise. Appreciate you for tapping in and supporting the Coach Smook Network, man. Hey, y'all give it up for my guy in the chat, man. Roll Tide, man. Look, phone call segment. Listen, I knew it was gonna happen, man. I hope y'all continue to support like this when we win too, man. I like the energy. I love the conversation. This is what I'm about. I want to get your voices heard, man. We got 133 people in this chat on YouTube right now with 76 likes. So I'm going to take a second and ask y'all to run the likes up again. 133 in the chat. This is a Monday morning and y'all in here with this type of energy. Charles Wilkinson, appreciate you for tapping in. Nick, appreciate you for tapping in. And Auburn, why you over there trying to be funny, Nick? Auburn, bro. Y'all got y'all's coming. Melanie, appreciate you for tapping in. Cuz oh snap. I ain't want to cuss again. I accidentally hit the button again. I was trying to hit the applause for all of our Facebook viewers tapping in on Facebook, man. Y'all Auburn fans keep trying me, man. I'm trying to stay saved and up to Jesus, you know, and y'all keep messing with me. Stop. Auburn, y'all got y'all little win. Take it and hold on to it, because it ain't gonna be too many more coming after that. All right. Leave me the hell alone. I ain't do nothing to y'all. I did, but y'all, I don't like y'all. Y'all know that. Nay, what's good, girl? Good to see you, Trill fam. Appreciate the gifts over there on TikTok, man. TikTok been going crazy over there tapping the screen. TikTok, I want y'all to try to call in. Somebody on TikTok, 334-625-1121. I ain't just saying, you know, the phone line is open for everybody right now. I done had 2 people call during that call. Make sure y'all call back now. The time is now 334-625-1121. Let me see. Hold on. Dang, we've been live for a minute too. Been live for a minute. I didn't even know we was getting up on the 2-hour mark, Mary J. So for the in season call segments, I try to go at least like 2 hours 2 hours for the shows because I know y'all have a lot to say, man. And I think it's pretty cool when y'all get y'all voices out there and people can hear voices instead of me trying to go back and find it in the chat and really see what the Bama fan base thinks. 314, let's see who this is. And just remember, say your name and put me in the game, coach, when you call in.
Call from
Bama Gump, St. Louis, Missouri.
Yo, Bama Gump, you in the game with Coach Smook. Talk to me, man. Y'all give it up for Bama Gump in the chat, y'all.
What up, Smook? Shout out to the Triple A community, man. I'm going to be short and brief with it.
For sure.
Went back and watched the game again, took the emotion out of it because, the second time I watched it, adrenaline's still running. But
yeah.
The things that we got going on, it ain't for a lack of talent, man. It's mental errors. The pre-snap penalties, the missed tackles, that can be fixed. You know what I'm saying? But the guys got to give a damn and want to do it. We need some leaders that's going to get in your face and hold people accountable. Enough of the nice guys, man. I went back and watched remember when Bama played USC and Ronnie Harrison and Deontay Thompson was going at each other?
Yeah.
And Saban came over there like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the
he
players.
Trying to tell them, you know what I mean? Like, we got to have some guys that do that, man.
That ain't
cool. Nice guys ain't working.
Bro, Bama, you just said something, and this is why I want everybody to understand. Like, I don't care what y'all want to say or how y'all say it, but you won't get many stories from players talking about this position coach was ripping to them on the sideline during the game. Most of that happened in practice. What happened in the game, you mess up to the point where it was causing us to be out the way. Saban gave the coach a look and I was like, you seen a new face come in there. And that didn't happen very rarely because guys held each other accountable. So it wasn't necessarily the coaches. The coaches just upheld the standard. And I think that's what needs to be reapplied. Not necessarily the coaches yelling and getting in their faces and getting a fire on them. Man, you make a statement. If you don't tackle, you're coming out the game. And the first person that missed a open field tackle, you pull that ass. And guess what? The next person behind them going, they're like, dang, let me not miss a tackle. I'm coming out. It's that simple at this point. It's that simple at this point. The effort got to be there. And you got to stand on business when you talk about. And if a player want to get mad and write a letter on Twitter after the game because they got pulled for missing tackles, by all means, let them do it.
So be it. Yeah. I mean, this is Bama, man. You want to enter the transfer portal. Much power to you. Go be great elsewhere. It ain't for everybody. We understand that. But it's SEC football. You either going to take a dump or get off the pot.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it's that simple, man. You gotta get the kids out there that don't give a damn and want to play football. Forget trying to enhance your NIL value and all that nonsense. This is Bama. This is what it is. You're going to always have a target on your back. So, I mean, until teams stop storming the field when we lose, then that's how you know the dynasty is still alive. But just get the guys out there that want to play football and make plays. Like, please, man. Like, I understand these older guys just came back for this and that, but look, we're trying to win. We can't go 9-4 again. We got some tough road games. I'm looking at this schedule at Georgia, at South Carolina, at Auburn. Hell, even at Missouri, that's going to be a tough game, man. Nothing's easy when you put on that script. Hey, you got to understand that. And you got to care enough to go out there and give it your all. Listen, mistakes happen, right, Smook?
Yeah.
But go full speed, man.
At least.
You know, defense.
At least, man.
Guessing. Man, I just go out there. I don't give a damn if you do run right past them over pursuing, but do it full speed, man. Goodness gracious.
At least you'll scare them. You played the game, right, Bama? You played football?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hey, so you
absolutely.
What position you play?
I play corner and receiver.
Okay, so as a receiver, I know you experienced this. You ever been on a curl or a comeback route and the safety was playing like a cloud, soft coverage, off coverage, and when you catch that ball and you plant to make that move, whether it's inside or outside, you made the right decision, and you know you made the right decision because that joker, when he fly by you, you felt it. Like he didn't touch you, but you felt him go by you because he was coming with that type of intent. Man, that make me think every time I go out there and I run a hitch now I'm really pressing I'm pressing his cushion to get him to open them hips a lot more, so he don't have that plant foot down in the ground enough to build up, generate that power. Those are the small things I think we need to focus on as a team, as players, so that we can understand and put ourselves in better position to be successful, man. Final thoughts so we can get off this phone line, man. I appreciate your phone call, Bama Gum. You said some real stuff today.
No problem, man. Roll Tide to the day I die. We gonna be all right, man. Just gotta tweak the defense a little bit, get the right personnel out there. If you're gonna rotate Kane Womack, rotate them linebackers and the D linemen. And I'm out.
Say that again. Say rotate them linebackers and D linemen, man. We got a lot of talent there. Appreciate you for calling in, Bama Gump, and Roll Tide, my boy. Yes, sir. Y'all give it up for Bama Gump, man. Much love, man. We got time for one more phone call in the chat. 334-625-1121. Let me get to the comments while we wait for the next call in. Who is this S guy? Hey, make sure when y'all come in running up the chat and blowing it up with all the complaints, man, make sure you got a real profile picture or something up there so we can actually call you out. You know, best players need to play. Defense needs to lay off those tackling dummies. Go back to, Tyrone, don't say that, because we got some people on Twitter in this fan base that have nice followings that said we need to bubble wrap players and ship them off on the plane because it's time to go. If they ain't figured it out by now. All right, man, come on. Come on, man. Hey, y'all, continue running likes up. We almost at 100 likes on the stream, man. We at 89 with 120 in the chat on YouTube. TikTok continuing to run it up. My sister Nay says, Nay Hudson said, lost it. She put the thumbs down emoji. Man, listen, I think, like I said, with Deontay Lawson, I've been saying this for a minute. The less reps he plays, the better. And a lot of when you're limited on reps, your weaknesses can't show up. So let's limit his reps right now. He's not 100%. It's clear he's not 100%. The knee is not 100%. Sab looked great. You look at where Sab is and how he's recovered, how he played, his physicality. He don't have that mental error, that mental block right now that I can notice off rip. Now, what I will say is this: I think a lot of nervous play, and you could tell that a lot of guys in the secondary were nervous with their first initial snaps. Xavier Mincy got caught out of position, just looking like he was just nervous, not sure, looking to the sideline a lot for the calls. Just the moment was too big, and I think you need a bust if you're gonna get popped early in the season. Week 1 is the week to do it. I want to remind everybody of this, and this is not a consolation type of statement. This is like a realistic statement to consider. All right. Clemson started off the same way last year and pushed with the same style of team, or similar makeup of a team when it came to, how they were built. All of the assets available, all these high expectations to rebound from a previous year where they probably didn't perform at the level they wanted to. And they started off early with a tough loss against a talented team that wasn't expected to be as talented or execute at the level. And they ended up turning around and making a playoff push. I think Alabama, because this was a non-conference game against a quality team, this is what you needed to do to expose and bring yourself back down to reality when it came down to the type of work that you need to put in. All right, the type of work that you need to put in to be a competitor, a contender amongst the powers to be in this college football ranks. Shout out to the 314 between all platforms. We got 179 on Twitter. We got 133 on YouTube. We got 6 on Facebook. We got 1 on Twitch. I don't know how many we got on Kick. We had some viewers on Kick too. I can't see the viewer count on this StreamYard platform, but yeah, we need 4 more likes, y'all. 4 more likes to get to 100. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. 4 more likes to get to 100, and we're gonna be hitting a new goal. Thank y'all for tapping in today, man. We got. Well, phone lines now closed. We at the 5-minute mark to close out. Thank y'all for tapping in. Hey, give it up for yourselves, chat. Don't forget, we got the call-in show again tonight. Man, and hopefully y'all tune in with some more energy. I think it was fun. Today. Tonight we'll open up and we'll talk about. Basically, we'll be talking about our prep for. We'll be talking about our prep for getting ready to play ULM. What's that game need to look like? What we expect it to look like as far as the Bama fan base, and how it should play out with personnel rotation. At this point, I think a lot of y'all aren't even worried about getting depth in. Y'all just trying to find all the right answers. And the quarterback switch is not the fix. I'm gonna tell you right now, the quarterback switch is not the fix right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, the fix right now is effort. If we can see 100% effort from this squad in all phases of the game, surprisingly, man, I wasn't disappointed with the special teams performance. I think the kicking game was solid. The missed field goal, I meant to bring this up earlier. The missed field goal. I think if you allow that kicker to take that first field goal where we should have went for it and didn't get it on fourth down, if we take that, the score is 17-10 at that point. Defense goes out, get another stop, and you got a chance to go either be 13 or you got a chance to be tied up. But you get the ball back with that type of momentum at that point in the field, you put your defense in a bad spot, and they still got to stop, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they scored right after that. So you got to look at when we go back and we watch the film later on tonight for on Kick and TikTok when we do our film reaction. Make sure we're going to pay attention to that. Now, question of the day, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. I got a poll in the chat. I seen y'all run the poll up. 67 votes on the chat. I'm gonna leave it up for one more minute. Can Ty Simpson truly help this offense evolve? 57% of you think yes, and 43% of you say no. I'm gonna leave the poll open for one more minute. I'll be 45 for more seconds. We got 68 votes. Y'all continue to run the votes up. But I got a question that I'm gonna pose in the chat for tonight's show. And this is a question that shout out to Megan, our PR rep for the network, man. She posed this question here. And let's see, where is it at? Where is it at, Megan? Where's the question, Megan? Is it in topics? Okay, here it is. All right, so a solid question to pose to the family, and we're gonna end that poll. We got the votes in the chat. Y'all can see the results in the chat, or y'all as the chat, y'all should be able to see the results. Can Ty Simpson truly help this offense evolve? 58% of you say yes, 41% of you say no. I vote yes. I think Ty Simpson is good enough to manage enough pieces and assets of this offensive scheme to allow it to be elite. I think he has the skill sets. He's going to have to roll it over into the chat. He's going to not roll it over to the chat. He's going to have to roll it over to the live game action. I think he's done enough. I think he's done enough for to prove that he can manage this offense as far as manage the game and not turn the ball over and put the offense in bad spots. But we saw what Michael Penix did. We saw what Jalen Miro was able to do under Nick Sheridan. We saw it. We watched it closely. We didn't have to catch up to it like we do when we go evaluate the Fresno State quarterbacks that played under Grubb that had similar and quality production like Michael Penix did under Grubb. So we know the proof is in the pudding. Can we see this young man develop and rolling onto the field? I think we do. All right. Question that I want to pose to the chat, and I'm gonna put this in the chat for tonight. And this is going to be a Q&A that we put in. Is this? All right, and I want y'all to think about this. Shout out to Megan for getting this question out for us. The topic question for tonight is on the phone call segment. And appreciate y'all for the 100 likes. We got to stop the music for a second, and we got to celebrate 100 likes on the live stream, man. Y'all went crazy again for today's show. Give it up for yourselves. Give it up for the Coach Smook family, the AAA family. 100 likes on YouTube, man. Y'all continue to show some love, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Call the popo, because we about to act up a little bit. Chat. I hope y'all understand what happens when we get 100. I ain't gonna do it today. I'm gonna be good. Chat. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be civilized, because we just finished our certifications at Civilization University, and we want to be civilized, law-abiding citizens. All right, good Samaritans and all that good stuff. All right. So appreciate y'all for the 101 likes on the stream, man. Thank y'all. Instagram, thank you for tapping in and tapping that screen. Roll Tide over there, Tide Vibes. I see you. TikTok, continue to tap that screen. Make sure y'all continue to support over there on TikTok. If y'all want to really support, come over to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and you turn on all your notifications for the content. Only Bama says Deontay Lawson is not 100%. Number 75 hasn't gotten any better from last year. Y'all, listen, I appreciate the super chat. And thank you for becoming a co-sponsor on this month's stream. Becoming a co-sponsor on the stream this month. But why do you have to super chat negativity You thought that's the wrong way I was going to read it? You probably right. I need you to get a wristband only, Bam. I appreciate you for tapping in, man. Man, you got me. You got me. I don't really support those type of comments because I think Will Conformi got better than last year. I think he did. Ty there was 3 sacks on 7 pressures in that game. He dropped back 47 times. Got pressured 7 times. His average time to throw was 3.8 seconds, almost 4 seconds. Something's telling me somebody's not comfortable in their decision making. Jalen Murrow averaged 2.6 seconds last year. 2.6 seconds over the whole season. Now, we know at the beginning of the season, protection looked great. Towards the end of the season, we saw what happened with Jalen Murrow. We saw how many sacks he took, how many negative plays he took, having to get out the pocket. So, I don't want to hear that, man. 75 plays solid. Favorite Smook do that, though, is support him. What? Frank Wright said that part about him, the time to throw. Yeah, we could pull them facts, man. We could pull them facts up. This is PFF reporting this, and I'm closing out the show. We just doing some small dialogue talk. As a matter of fact, before we close out, y'all tap in one more time. If you're not a member of the AAA family, think about becoming a member by doing such.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community. And also, there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, thank y'all for tapping in today, man. I just want to go through the comments one more time and just allow y'all to kind of just divulge, man. I want to end the show in a more, chill fashion, kind of explaining the rest of the week's schedule. This week, y'all know Alabama has a home game coming up against ULM, first home game of the season. We plan to be on site, and I hope you all, if you are going to be there, definitely drop in on the comments on all the live content that we'll be doing. Or if you're going to be on site, if you're going to be on campus in T-Town this weekend, definitely inbox me or join in the Discord. That's the easiest way. Join the Discord, and you'll be able to see the locations that we're going to be hanging out at. We're going to be able to engage and do some community interaction things. Might stop at a restaurant and do it. We won't be in the stadium. We'll just be on campus doing what we do on campus with Coach Smook. So y'all get ready to tap in, man. Jordan said he'll be there too. Shut your up, man. Come on. Jordan, you a fool. All right. What Chris crying about? Chris, you don't have a wristband, and the only thing you do is cry when you come here. So I need you to get a wristband so we can talk to you. Call out what? Smook talk about Grub play calling. See you wrong. What about Grub's play calling? The fact that we got away from the run too early. Did I not say that already? What are you talking about? Chris, why you still crying about something? Were you not listening in the show? Were you not listening earlier in the show? That was one of the first things I said when it came to the offense. What are you talking about? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what y'all want from me, man. I don't sunshine pump like y'all say I do. I just don't whine and cry about stuff that I see can be fixed. I've been on both sides of this as a fan and as a coach, and a lot of things, like Frank said when he came on the line, you can tell players, you can show players, you can literally write it down. You can literally tattoo it on their arm. They have to make the choice to go out there and do it. So I don't get it. You say I like smoke, bro, from other channels that wasn't just the running. What about helping Ty? Helping Ty do what? Well, how many seconds Ty need to make a decision to attack a lane, attack the line of scrimmage, and make a play? There's 6 or 7 moments in the game where he had the opportunity, and it wasn't because the protection failed. You have to move the pocket sometimes. If you get in 3.8 seconds average to throw the ball, that's plenty of time, bro. That's plenty of time. And I saw our favorite Fairweather Chief 18. You ain't said much today, man. Where you went, man? Where you at? Where my boy Chief 18? He said, "Who do you throw to when nobody's open? Route concepts or trash? You're not opening your eyes and seeing the amount of plays that we're developing. And you got to think, this man had 23 completions. Jalen Miro had a game. His best completion game last year was what? 21 completions, 24 completions. So the routes are there. It's just quarterbacks got to make better decisions. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If he's throwing the ball 43 times, right? You got how many drops in the game? 9 drops. And then you got you got players literally not running their routes, right? You got 9 drops in this game. And then the ones that you are catching, they're thrown behind. Majority of them are underthrown or thrown behind. I don't think it's the route concepts at this point. I don't think it's the route concepts at this point. You got to throw the ball, man. You got to throw the routes was open. We just talked about and it's hard to say they failed him when all the other passes, 70% of your passes were underthrown. What are you talking about, Chris? You must just ain't been here the whole show. I've been talking about this I said this literally the whole show. I haven't changed any of my takes. Ryan Grubb evaded the run game. That's the only gripe I got about Ryan Grubb's play calling. He evaded the run game. I don't think he went far enough into the run game. We didn't see no jet motions off the run game. Honestly, we didn't need to, the way as effective as the interior run game was. We didn't see a zone read. We didn't see a true option call. We didn't see the jet sweep. We didn't see those, but what we did do in the run game, it was working. Why do we leave it? I literally talked about this. Your quarterback got to make better plays, got to make big plays. Deep route, Smook under pressure. Yes, man, please. What you mean you talking about the deep route when he underthrew Ryan Williams? Twice? The deep route when he missed Lachie Brooks on the scene? The deep route where he underthrew Jeremy Bernard to start the game? What are you talking about? He had time and nobody was at his feet on those throws. The 7 times he got pressured out the pocket, he gets sacked on 3 of those, and 4 of them he gets out the pocket and there's incomplete passes. What are you talking about? Chris, I don't think you're making sense, man. I don't think you're making sense. Alex, what's good? You mean Teddy Bear? What about Teddy Bear? Authenticity is noticed multiple millions or miles away. I appreciate you for not sugarcoating nothing. We ain't here for that. Looking forward to coach accountability being held up in the upcoming games. 100%, man. You got to think. Ryan Grubb, if Ryan Grubb don't look at this film and be like, I got assets that can really help my quarterback settle down, I'm going to have questions about Ryan Grubb's play calling coming into ULM. I don't care if you go out here and you rush the ball 33 times and you get 300 passing yards and Ty Simpson only needs to throw the ball 12 times in this game. If that's what we need to do to be successful to win that game, do that. Work on that pass skills and stuff in practice. Do what you got to do to win the game. Stop trying to get the style points and force something that ain't there. And then in the same breath, if we're going to run the pass game, I need my quarterback to be confident enough to let the ball go. We gave you a pass on the conditions and the weather, but we threw the ball 40-something times, 47 times, I believe, 43 times we threw the ball. Conditions wasn't that bad if you kept letting it rip like that, Ty. Gotta throw that thing, man. And defense, man. Defense, you gotta just tackle. If we don't miss 14 tackles in this game, and everybody talk about if Saban was here, Saban had a game where he had 13, 11, 10. Double-digit missed tackles was a recurring theme for Coach Saban's defense the last 2 years he was coaching. This is you see 2 more missed tackles and y'all think, oh my God, it's so much worse. No, it really isn't. It's literally the same thing that's been happening at the University of Alabama. And if you look at the names and the players that are doing it, that are missing all the tackles, I don't have to say it. Y'all know the truth. But y'all want to give it a pass because it's Coach Saban. Y'all want to give it a pass because it's something that you're familiar with and that you got comfortable with, and it allows yourself to get spoiled and not look at the game from an unbiased standpoint. Tackling is on my players. I can teach you how to tackle. We can bring out the dummies. We can do all these things to minimize and mitigate injuries in practice. But your effort in game, knowing that there's an opponent across the field that's going to do the same thing, you're trying to win the matchup against him. I need you to go out there and want it bad enough for yourself. You're supposed to be my 5-star, my 4-star top recruit. You're at the University of Alabama. It's time for you to go out and execute. I'm with the Tide till I die until we gotta, but we gotta get better. Facts, Shy 3. Good to see you in the chat again, man. Welcome in, everybody. I see y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all tap them likes on the way in. All right, y'all. That's gonna do it for our show. We at the 2-hour and 13-minute mark. That's gonna do it for this morning show, man. Hopefully y'all had fun. I had fun, and Chris, it's never personal here, bro. It's never personal here. It's all opinions. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. As long as we stay respectful and don't take it personal, I think you will continue to enjoy your time here at the Coach Smook Network. And don't forget, subscribe to the Alabama at the Voice of College Football. We'll be live over there at 6 p.m. with Alabama live, talking with my brother Jackson Johnson, and we'll be talking with Jeffrey, breaking down, talking about the breakdown of this game. And then tomorrow, Alabama Primetime Live, again, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time over at the Alabama Voice of College Football. We'll be over there discussing ULM, breaking that down, talking about what are our expectations there. But here on the Coach Smook Network, y'all know where you turn your live notifications on if you're on the YouTube side, if you're on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow, like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all go check out the clips that's coming up here today from the Coach Smook Network on our shorts and VODs and all of that stuff. Make sure y'all tap in and support. I'm not addressing that. If you want to see your comments come across the screen, think about supporting becoming a member of the AAA family by joining the YouTube membership club. The YouTube membership is the AAA family, and also you can subscribe on TikTok now. You can subscribe on TikTok. So if you're not a YouTuber and you really supportive on TikTok, go to TikTok and subscribe over there. Those memberships are a lot cheaper. They don't come with as many perks. We're not able to post much content on TikTok, but you do get access to the drawings and stuff. You get your automatic shoe-ins for your drawings, your one entry for all of our drawings that we'll be hosting here on the Coach Smook Network. But with that being said, thank y'all for supporting the Coach Smook Network. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be blessed, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening. And don't forget, man, if you a Bama fan, I better hear loud and proud. Roll Tide, roll. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Be blessed, y'all.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live. subscribe. You do roll with the tide. I'm down in the gun with Coach Smook. Through the game, roll tide, roll tide. Better go subscribe.